has specified it for salat. Allah Ta'ala has specified its mention in the Quran. وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَاكَ سَبْعًا مِّنَ الْمَثَانِ وَالْقُرْآنِ الْعَظِيمِ. Allah Ta'ala says, we gave you 7 repeated verses. And that is Surah Fatiha. وَالْقُرْآنِ الْعَظِيمِ. And we gave you the rest of the Quran as well. But Allah Ta'ala specified the Surah Fatiha there. And it's been said and given many, many beautiful names in the Hadith and in Quran. And one of them we know is its name is Kitab, the mother of the book. Now, of course, this book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has no mother. It's not a child that has a mother. So obviously this is an allegorical statement. It really doesn't mean it's the mother. But the Arab, in the beautiful language of Arabic, when they want to say that something is very important, it's a leader, something has great significance, they call it they call it mother. And one of our teachers, I remember, said beautifully, and he said that the ulama of the Arabic language have said that one of the reasons why Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala has called it Kitab is because the same way that a child, when it's confused, a child when it's in difficulty, a child when it needs support, it will run back to the lap of the mother to seek that support and get that solace and get that peace from the love of the mother. In the same way, all of the ma'ani and all of the meanings of the Quran, of the surahs that we are reading, everything that you read in the Quran, it all goes back to the lap of Surah Fatiha. Meaning the meaning of the whole Quran you can find in Surah Fatiha, if you look and see. And in there, since it's such an incredible surah, and since Allah wa Ta'ala has chosen that every day we will repeatedly recite it, it's important for us to ponder about this surah and see what Allah wa Ta'ala is telling us. And just a couple of verses, Allah Ta'ala says, إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. That we are in ibadah, we are doing the salat, but every day we are pointed towards this very important aspect of our life, and that is ibadah, the worship of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. And even just looking at some of the secrets of Surah Fatiha, if we are to look and see, Allah Ta'ala says, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala here is speaking Himself. He is the mutakallim. He is the one speaking. But when He turns to ibadah, then He kind of quotes us. إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. That you we only worship and you we only ask for help. Ulama of tafsir have said the reason for this is because the aspect of ibadah is coming from us. Yes, there are great efforts that we have to be involved in. The effort of the masjid, the effort of, for example, uplifting our communities from social injustices, the effort of helping those who are less fortunate, the poor, and those who suffer from poverty, by feeding them food and giving them money. All of these things are extremely important. But individually, each one of us has a power and an istita'ah and an ability that we can show Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala we want to devote ourselves to Him. And that is through ibadah. That is through the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Each one of us. It is a kind of dalil and a proof that we are showing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we want to worship Him and that we truly do believe in Him by doing the ibadah. The other things take a lot of different parts to make it. And we might not be, but what we have in our power and what we have in our ability is that we all can worship and exert ourselves in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through ibadah. That's why Allah wa ta'ala, when He says about ibadah, and He didn't say in the Surah Fatiha, U'buduni, worship me, but Allah Ta'ala made us say, إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. Because it comes from us. It's an effort that will come from us. Now, of course, the question arises that if ibadah is so important, and even in another verse, Allah Ta'ala has mentioned, وَمَا خَلَقَتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسِ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ, that our whole creation basically has been done so that we can worship Allah Ta'ala. Then The natural life that we have, it is such that we are not worshipping Allah Ta'ala so much. Just because the way life is. I'm spending 8, 9, 10 hours at my shop. I'm working as a doctor overtime, and we know, may Allah Ta'ala, help our medical system and all of the doctors and the nurses who are doing incredible jobs, and many from amongst you are probably doctors and things like this. May Allah Ta'ala make it easy for you, the difficulty that they're going through in the hospitals right now with this sickness. All day they are there, serving the people. Even a small, simple restaurant takes a lot of time to cook the food and serve the customers. So if that's the case, then how are we going to worship Allah wa ta'ala when we are involved in these things? And that is the purpose of our life. It should be such that the nature of life is such that we can be in the masjid all day and we could be doing the worship of Allah Ta'ala if that's what the purpose of our life is. So it's a very easy answer, my dear brothers. That 8, 9 hours that you're in your job, that work that you're doing with the proper intention, that all's the ibadat of Allah Ta'ala also. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has mentioned, كَفَى بِالْمَرِّ إِثْمًا, it is enough as a sin أَيُّضَيِّعَ مَا يَقُوتُ, that a person destroys or a person lets go to waste his family. It's fard upon us that we are supposed to support our family. And when we go and support our family through the karam and through the kindness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah tabarak wa ta'ala rewards us for that work. It actually has been called the best of sadaqah. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has mentioned, وَإِنَّكَ لَن تُنْفِقْ, you did not spend nafaqatan, even a little money. And you are seeking the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through that, إِلَّا أُجِدْتَ بِهَا, except that you'll be rewarded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But this is not only that money you spend in the path of Allah ta'ala, giving to the masjid or giving to some cause. Nabi sallallahu after that said, حَتَّى مَا تَجْعَلُ فِي إِمْرَأَتِكَ, even that which you are putting in the mouth of your wife, meaning the food that you support your family, you are getting reward for that as well. So with the proper intention and niyyah, our whole day can be without doing any sajda and without doing any of the things that are known as ibadah and worship of Allah Ta'ala, that whole day can be written as the ibadah and worship of Allah Ta'ala, even if we're in our jobs and we're working. May Allah Ta'ala give us the tawfiq to do the ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In the next portion of the khutbah, we will address some doubt we may have about the ibadah and what holds us back from it. Alhamdulillahi wa kafah, wa salamun ala ibadihi alladhina istafah. Amma ba'du, fa'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wa qala rabbukum ud'uni astajib lakum. Innal ladhina yastakbiruna an ibadati sayadkhuluna jahannama dakhirin. Sadaqallahu al-azim. My dear respected elders and brothers, mothers and sisters, there are some things that hold us back from ibadah, from worship, getting involved in worshiping Allah wa ta'ala, because ibadah takes time. And we know that time is of the essence. We don't have time for anything. Even we are so busy in all of our works that we don't have any time for anything. So because ibadah takes time, a person may feel that when I worship Allah wa ta'ala, then what happens is I will lose out in my dunya. I won't be able to make money. I won't be able to do, to support my family if I worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So in answer to this, my dear brothers, first of all, we should know that we are not worshiping Allah ta'ala for any type of monetary benefit. We don't worship Allah wa ta'ala so we can gain money. It is the right of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Mu'adh bin Jabal radiyallahu an, in the hadith which is related both by Imam Bukhari and Muslim, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam once told Mu'adh bin Jabal radiyallahu an that, do you know what is the haqq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on His servants? So Mu'adh bin Jabal said, Allah and His Rasul, they know best. So then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam then mentioned that the haqq of Allah Ta'ala on His servants is that He must be worshipped. أَيَّعْبُدُوهُ وَلَا يُشْرِكُوا بِهِ شَيْئًا. That He should be worshipped and no shirk should be done. This is the haqq of Allah Ta'ala on us. We are supposed to worship Allah Ta'ala, and also we are not supposed to do any shirk with Him. Then a small amount of time passed, and Mu'adh bin Jabal radiallahu anh was then asked again by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, do you know what the haqq of you, the servant of Allah Ta'ala, is on Allah? Can you imagine? That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is Ghaniyyun Hamid, Allah Ta'ala has considered that there's a right on Him about us. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned that the haqq of you on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is that Allah tabarak wa ta'ala forgives you when you worship Him. So first of all, it is the haqq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we worship Him. But worship is such that Allah tabarak wa ta'ala has put increase in rizq, and increase in our sustenance, and barakah and blessing in our sustenance through it. The hadith Qudsi of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where Rasulullah has said that Allah tabarak wa ta'ala said, Ya bana Adam, O sons of Adam, tafarragh li ibadati. You will be very busy with many things, and your life is such with all of what happens in life, there will be, you will not have to make a lot of effort to stay busy. A lot of things we have to do. Take care of our family, this, that. But Allah Ta'ala says here, tafarragh li ibadati. Make sure you free yourself for the worship of Allah Ta'ala. The person who's good in health, he will say, make sure you eat healthy. Make sure you give, 10 minutes a day for the exercise. Allah Ta'ala knows we're busy. In this hadith Qudsi, which is related by Imam Tirmidhi, he says, tafarragh li ibadati. Make sure that you free yourself for my worship. Don't be such that all day you're involved in this whole big cycle of the dunya. But make sure you're going to have to spend some time and move away from that and give some time for my worship. And if you do that, tafarragh li ibadati, amla'u sadraka ghinan. In these times of great difficulty and these times that they have said that the depression of insan has increased. It was already the time of depression. Zaman al-ham wal-gham. It was the time of difficulty and the time of depression. So many people are depressed. But now, with this pandemic, it's even increased more. That now that person needs to seek help and see a doctor or needs to be with somebody. They can't even do it because there's regulations. He can't go there and see that person. So there's even more now depression. Allah Ta'ala says, through the ibadah and through the worship, I will make your heart content. I will save you from that depression. I will save you from that anxiety that you are in. I will make your heart content. وَأَسُدُّ فَقْرَكَ. And also I will end your poverty. Allah Ta'ala is Razik. He's the one who's the provider. Of course, we live in a world of means. We live in a world of cause and effect. And the deen of Allah Ta'ala never tells us that we're supposed to leave our jobs. But the deen of Allah Ta'ala does tell us that when we have free time and we've left our jobs, that job I already told you, which is giving you rewards from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala already. But when we have that free time, we're supposed to stipulate some of that time to worship Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. In that will be the peace for our heart, and in that also will give us the blessings in the rizq and the blessings in the sustenance. Because we know you can work hard, but that doesn't mean you're going to make the money. And you can have a lot of money, but that doesn't mean you're rich. We need that help from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. So Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala says that I will end your poverty. وَإِن لَمْ تَفْعَلْ. And if you don't do that, and if you don't make a concentrated effort to free yourself for the ibadah and the worship of Allah Ta'ala, مَلَيْتُ يَدَيْكَ شُغْلًا. I'll make you busy. You'll be running around here and there. You'll have a job that has many hours, but the bills will keep coming, and you won't be able to fulfill them. And you'll be thinking that the key to success and the ingredient to get this done, that's going to be me working harder and harder and harder and staying away from the ibadah and the worship of Allah Ta'ala. I don't have time for that. And you're getting more and more and more busy. وَلَمْ أَسُدَّ فَقْرَكَ. And Allah Ta'ala says, I will not end your poverty. You will work hard, but you'll still be poor. May Allah Ta'ala protect us from this condition. That's why tilawat of the Quran, coming to the masjid, of course according to how the masjid with the regulations and everything, following all that, coming to the masjid, having the ta'aleem in our houses, sitting down with our children and our family, not just the phone and the computer and all. Take some time, 5-10 minutes a day, and pick up the hadith book, Riyadh al-Salihin. Sit with the family, read a couple of hadith, read some book from the ulama about those hadith, and explain to our children a little bit about life and your own lessons. We have learned so much in life. We had our fathers and our grandfathers, and some of us came from countries where we were sitting amongst incredible people who knew about the deen of Allah Ta'ala, who have been through great trials in their life and passed it. Pass that on to our children. Pass that on to our families. May Allah Ta'ala give us tawfiq and save us and protect us in these difficult times. Keep us in good health and give us afiyat in this world and in the hereafter. Wa akhu da'wan alhamdulillah bil alamin.
Blessed and appropriate haste. They cited a subcode that allows bottomless drinks to be sold during events.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
La ilaha. Make sure our lines are straight, and we are straight in the stipulated places that we put we are straight in line, inshallah.
And eventually the stores,
Allahu Akbar.
and when they finally got it back, they took bottomless mimosas off the menu. Well, it sounds like they learned their lesson.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.
Try again.
الرحمن الرحيم
I feel like, less
مالك يوم الدين
made it like
إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
most of them Harry Potter related. With a mimosa.
إن الأبرار لفي نعيم
We would drink mimosa the night after.
وإن الفجار لفي جحيم
Movies that have to be my last.
يصلونها يوم الدين وما هم عنها بغائبين وما أدراك ما يوم الدين ثم ما أدراك ما يوم الدين يوم لا تملك نفس لنفس شيئا والأمر يومئذ لله. الله أكبر.
Is that I'm reading through the Little Book of Higga by Mike Viking. Oh gosh, Danish. And I came across a short passage about Danish birthday celebration.
سمع الله لمن حمده.
Cake man, which is like a large gingerbread man made of sweet dough decorated with
الله أكبر.
is that the birthday boy or girl cut the throat of the cake man while the other kids scream, which is the most metal thing.
الله أكبر.
It got me thinking about birthday food traditions in other countries and cultures, and I think it was such a fun topic for you guys.
الله أكبر.
That is amazing. That took a turn, right? I was just like, oh, birthday girl, whoa! I am determined to learn more about this.
الله أكبر.
There's a, like if you did Always Sunny in Philadelphia,
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر
Here's a preview of one of our podcasts on emerging technology.
Welcome to Tech Stuff, a production of iHeartRadio's How Stuff Works. Hey there and welcome to Tech Stuff. I'm your host, Jonathan Strickland. I'm an executive producer with How Stuff Works and iHeartRadio, and I love all things tech. And a lot of you guys probably know I live in Atlanta, Georgia, in the United States of America. And my hometown has become something of a second Hollywood. In fact, there are a lot of times when there's actually more film production going on in my home state than in California. And the
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله
tons of tax incentives
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله
to make it cheaper to shoot here in Georgia than in other places. And the fact that we have a major airport, which is in fact the world's busiest airport, probably doesn't hurt either. Practically every
Assalamu alaikum. I have a few announcements to make, share some sad news. We have a couple of brothers from our community whose aunt and mother have passed away. One in Dr. Fazal Batti's aunt in Brooklyn, and brother Abu Bakr Shah, and mother of Abu Bakr Shah, and aunt of Usman Shah in Sierra Leone. So please remember them in your du'as. I will be asking Imam to make the announcement, to make the dua after my thing is finished. Also, we have number of notice from our community members whose family members are sick and have requested for dua. Some of them have got conditions where, like my mother-in-law is sick and Sister Nahid's mother is sick. We had Brother Abbas who just told me that his sister is sick. So we have these people in the community who are sick. Please remember them in your du'as. COVID-19 is very serious. I know that some of the community members are affected by it, but we are aware that they are not here amongst us. I know that some of the people were concerned that they may be here, but we have reports of people who got sick, but they have not been coming to the masjid. They have taken the precautions to not be present here. So please, if you are experiencing any symptoms of COVID, basically any flu-like symptoms, please stay home. If you have any questions that is Juma important, please talk to the Sheikh. We know that there is an excuse for not attending a prayer when you are sick. So please follow those rules. Do not be one of those persons who would be responsible for spreading the disease among your fellow brothers. Please stay home if you have any symptoms, or if you have anybody in your household who has symptoms. It's not just you. It could be anybody in your household that you may be exposed to. So please think about that, and while you're in the masjid, please make sure that your mask covers both the nose and the mouth completely. Do not let it be below the nose. It doesn't serve the purpose. Because we know from the doctors that we talk to, they have told that the major spread of the virus is through the air. Even just talking to each other, we could be spreading the virus. So please maintain your distance and wear your mask. Also, don't forget the donations to the masjid. This is the month that we increase our operation cost a lot because of heating and so on. And also, your membership dues are due before the end of the year. If you have not paid them, please pay them now. Jazakallah khair. Imam, can you make the dua?
الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم إنا نسألك العفو والعافية في الدنيا والآخرة. اللهم إنا نسألك العفو والعافية في الدنيا والآخرة. اللهم إنا نسألك العفو والعافية في الدنيا والآخرة. Ya Rabbil Alameen, those who have passed away in our community, Ya Rabbil Alameen, or their relatives, grant them Jannatul Firdaus bi ghairi hisab, Ya Rabbil Alameen, and give their families sabr. Ya Rabbil Alameen, those who are sick in our community, Ya Allah, you give them shifa kamila ajli, Ya Rabbil Alameen, mustamirra. Ya Rabbil Alameen, those who are going through any difficulties in this life, Ya Rabbil Alameen, give them ease, Ya Rabbil Alameen. All those other countries who are going through difficulty, especially the Muslim countries, Ya Allah, you please give them ease, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Ya Rabbil Alameen, please give us the patience and the ability to worship you in this trying times, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Allah, keep us all healthy, Ya Rabbil Alameen, and afiyah, Ya Rabbil Alameen, save us from this sickness, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Ya Allah, this bala and the sickness that is on this dunya, Ya Allah, you please lift it and get it away from us, Ya Rabbil Alameen. You get rid of it, Ya Rabbil Alameen, as only you can, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Oh Allah, please give us shifa, Ya Rabbil Alameen, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Oh Allah, please give us barakah in our rizq, Ya Rabbil Alameen. اللهم إنا نسألك من خير ما سألك منه نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم ونعوذ بك من شر ما استعاذك منه نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وأنت المستعان وعليك البلاغ لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Particularly if there are different crews that are filming in separate parts of the world. So you can have co-producers who are all of the same level. They are sharing producer credits, so it's not like one producer is over the others. But they're all overseeing different parts of the production. You can also have an associate producer or line manager. These are sort of the next in command, kind of lieutenants of the producers. They oversee specific tasks, usually designated by the producer. So they if you don't like the lieutenant analogy, you could think of them as a vice president of a company. So they might oversee a secondary film crew that's capturing footage that's going to be inserted into the film. You know, a film crew that's going to be focusing on stuff that doesn't require the director or any of the main talent of the movie to be in it. A line producer tends to be the person specifically supervising the budget of a film. So they're very much taking a close look at the numbers. You can also have task manager producers who are in charge of specific parts of a project. And then you also have coordinating producers. Their job is to make sure everyone involved in the production of the film remains in step and informed of what's going on, so that no one is left behind if something changes or there needs to be a shift in scheduling or anything like that. A production manager, for example, is in charge of supervising the production budget to the various departments, and that includes scheduling of crew and equipment and covering crew salaries. They report their needs to the line producer, who then makes sure that those needs are met, or comes up with a really good reason why they can't do that. There are also production secretaries. These are people who assist with paperwork and administration needs. And there are production designers, who work with the director to get a sense of what will be needed to achieve the director's artistic vision. And at the bottom of the production hierarchy, you have production assistants who perform basic tasks for the production side, such as distributing hand radios to the various departments or running errands for the production staff. They don't tend to run errands for anybody else. They're specifically meant for the production staff side. So you can think of the sides of a film being the production side, which is all the stuff that's necessary to make sure everybody else has what they need to make the movie. You have the creative side, which would be like the director and all the talent, and then you have all the crew who are doing the actual physical work to support that. So you kind of have like these three columns in a way. Now I've mentioned the director a couple of times, but what does the director actually do? Well, that's the person who is the lead creative artist on set. So ideally, the director sets the vision for the film. What is the film going to look like? What is the tone going to be? What sort of reaction is the film supposed to evoke from the audience? So ideally, if someone is watching the film, how should they feel from scene to scene? If it's a horror movie, you need to feel uneasy and fear and tension. If it's a comedy, you need some tension offset by laughter, which relieves that tension. These sort of ideas. So the director is the person who says, this is my goal, here's how I'm going to achieve my goal, and then has to communicate that out to other departments in order to make that a reality. They're also in charge of directing the talent to get the performance the director has in mind. Talent is the word used to describe all the actors in a film. It's also the word that tends to be used to describe me as a podcaster, and I find it funny to be referred to as the quote-unquote talent, but that's just an industry term. So the directors are in charge of making sure the actors are giving the performance that the director had in mind in order to create the movie that they want to make.
Keep listening. You can hear the rest of this podcast, all of its episodes, and discover thousands of others. All available to you for free right now by downloading the iHeartRadio app. #1 for podcasts.
Our world is full of the unexplainable. And if history is an open book, all of these amazing